All right, guys, welcome back. This is episode 2 of your Unlaced Podcast with SNKR BOX. We are here with a special guest. Some may know him as another face of SNKR BOX. I know him as the mayor of Easton. He is known across all platforms, a very community-driven person, a good friend of mine, a dear friend of mine. Somebody I can't say enough good things about. I'm glad to be sitting here with him today. I bring to you none other than Steve. Thank you for coming, my brother.
Hello. Thanks for having me, man.
You know it. So let's start, I guess, at the beginning of SNKR BOX. Like, how did you become familiar with SNKR BOX? What's your relationship to Danny, D'Anthony? How did you become familiar with them?
Got you. So I met Danny and D'Anthony initially. I worked at Villa at the Lehigh Valley Mall.
Wow. How long did you work there?
I did it like 3 years.
Okay.
With that company, I was longer, but in the Lehigh Valley Mall for like 3 years.
Didn't they change the name of it?
Yeah, DTLR bought that company, which was bought by JD Sports.
And there's still like chains of that all over the Lehigh Valley.
Yeah. But Villa initially was started in Reading, PA. And that's where I'm from. I had shopped with them since I was a kid.
Okay.
That was always a dream for me to work for that company. And I took a pay cut. I started at the lowest rung in the ladder there just to get in with the company when I did.
I didn't know they started in Reading?
Yeah, 89 in Reading, Pennsylvania.
Oh, wow.
And I remember the first time I walked into that store,
Mm-hmm.
the owner, Mr. Lutz, the way he treated me, and I just always was in love with that store.
Yeah.
As they grew, I kept shopping with them, and they had retro Jordans. They had everything I needed the entire time. All through the 90s, and I was always really, really enamored with that company.
Right.
So I was working there, and people used to come in. I used to show mad love to all my customers. I appreciated them. Danny was, I knew he was a DJ, so I'd always talk to him about music when he came in, and he and I just hit it off. We were mad cool with each other for a bunch of years.
Yeah.
I definitely showed some love on discounts for my VIPs. Got some 10%, 20% off and things of that nature.
For sure.
And just mad cool with them.
Right.
They knew me from that. I was working at PacSun a little bit after I left Villa.
Okay.
And Danny came over one day and said he was thinking about opening a sneaker store in Easton. And he had me in mind to maybe work with them and to start it off.
Wow.
And it was an amazing opportunity. I was nervous about leaving. So when I first came here the first time, the space. And I was like, this isn't what I need to do with my life.
So how does that even, because you're already in PacSun and like you got a good thing going there. I imagine like you find yourself being comfortable, and I don't want to see comfortable in a space, but to step out on, I guess, a whim, and you don't really know him on a personal level right then. So how does that conversation
people
even
had
go?
talked to me about things in the past of starting stores,
right?
And maybe I could work there.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. So what's the difference about Danny doing that?
Well, the thing is, when I actually came here, it quantified it for me. When I saw the space, and I was already cool with him,
right?
But prior, I was watching the Instagram as they were building it, and I was interested. When you say comfort, I always stay in my comfort zone whenever I get there. So I was at PacSun. I didn't really love the job.
Right.
But it was a steady paycheck, and I liked it. It was okay, you know. Mm-hmm. But I didn't get up looking forward to it every day the way I'm here now.
Yes.
And the space and the people and the city of Easton, everything. I love it so much here. But before that, I knew I liked the city, and I came here. I saw it, and I knew I really wanted to be here.
I got you. All right, so maybe let's go back to Reading, because that's interesting. I did not know Villa started in Reading, and you're originally from Reading,
right?
What was it like growing? Like, what are some other stores that were around Reading that kind of inspired you to go into like more hip hop streetwear culture?
Well, honestly, Villa was also was part of that as well, because they started as more suburban. Okay. And they opened up they called it the hip hop shop. They had a DJ in there. They started getting all the streetwear at that time that was popping. I remember one was Obscure PNB Nation was a big brand that I loved. Okay. And they had it. They had Mecca Fat Farm and just Anichi, just whatever was hitting at that time. In addition to the sneakers, Villa was really the place to shop. I remember going there, walking there. That store was like 2 miles about from my house. So I would walk there sometimes when I was a kid.
Wow.
Just to shop and catch a vibe, get a mixtape, and I love.
Oh, so they were like a one-stop shop.
Yes. They had a really big community presence, and yeah, I mean everybody was shopping there. You went there, you knew you were gonna see people that you knew.
Yeah.
The workers as well became friends.
Yeah.
And it was a all around great experience. I used to look forward to shopping there.
That's interesting because this is all pre-internet, I'm guessing.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, so you're not like submersed in New York culture, but you're kind of looking for that outside. And I didn't even know there was a presence for that of course, like Lehigh Valley, but I didn't know outside of like the Lehigh Valleys and all of that stuff. So that's interesting because I was wondering where you would go to get that type of culture, you know what I mean, or like that background presence. So that's really interesting.
So Philly and New York were also involved in my story a little bit during that time. When I did get a chance to go to these places,
right? The
boutiques and the experience in those stores in New York and Philadelphia definitely had a huge effect on me growing up.
Right. And
just my love, like whenever I would go stay in different cities, I was always looking for the boutiques and the sneaker stores, and I wanted to go see what was outside.
Word.
And back to, you say no internet, bro. I remember Villa they would show you the catalogs, like the upcoming releases, like from Nike.
What's coming?
That's how you. Otherwise, you would just go in and see what was on the shelf,
right?
Which was part of the super exciting part of sneakers.
Got you.
Because you had no idea what was going to come. But
so let's go into, I guess, hip hop culture. So I guess that's like once you get into your hip hop thing, that's when you start traveling. I'm guessing. Like,
I mean, hip hop was always something for me,
right?
Early on, but mixtapes definitely were really important to me. Mixed CDs in the early 2000s, and I had friends that went to school. Like one went to school in Brooklyn, one went to school at Temple. So I was going outside, going to clubs, and during the day we would go out and shopping.
Yes,
and it was my favorite. Brand 555 Soul, that was really important to me.
Yeah.
We used to do a sample sale every year in New York, and just that brand and what that brought to me was so important too. I can't even really. There's so many aspects of style and fashion that brand had an impact in my life.
Right. And when did you become, I guess, familiar with that brand?
I would say like 10th grade.
Okay.
I went to a different high school, and the cool kids there were rocking 555 Soul.
Right.
And however they knew about it, I'm not even sure.
Okay.
But
it was
so
a different high school still in Reading?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I went from Reading High to a smaller school in the suburbs.
Okay.
And they weren't selling that anywhere, like not in New York. Like there was, I'm sorry, not in Reading. Not Reading.
Okay.
So yeah, you had to go to New York. A couple places in Philly, but really chiefly in New York.
Okay. When did you discover New York? Like how, other than like your friends, like so I'm guessing it was your friends going to school there. That's how you got familiar. With New York,
that was a big part of it.
Okay.
Like a big catalyst for me to go up there, stay overnight, go out, and just be more immersed in what was going on in New York at the time.
Got you.
Yeah.
One interesting thing that I didn't know about you when meeting you that I thought was like the coolest thing is you have a reggae background. Where does that come from?
So dancehall reggae, I remember early on, like Shabba Rank, Supercat, early 90s, just hearing it on the radio, and just for whatever reason, it spoke to me, and then buying those tapes.
Okay.
And as I got older, mixtapes, Federation Sound,
mixtape,
Black Chinese, different sounds, Select a Bomb Bomb, just dancehall music just was super important in my. I just loved it so much.
Right.
It just spoke to me. And I didn't understand it half the time. I didn't really like how they were speaking. I didn't understand the words. I just like the vibes.
That's so interesting. And I'm guessing that kind of went into your like partying kind of thing, like when you would go out to like clubs and like you would kind of, I guess, gear more towards that kind of sound. Yeah.
Well, one of my other homies that went to Philly, he was a DJ. So, he would have, there was a dancehall DJ. He was the hip hop floor, Eden Rock on South Street. There's a few different ones that he DJ'd at. But the guy he DJ'd with was Kenny Mees, who was half of Federation Sound, which was out of New York.
Wow.
And just the mixtapes, the mixtapes, mix CDs, and hearing them, listening to them on repeat before streaming. You just got what you could get, and you just listen to it over and over until it got played out and you wanted something new.
Do you still have any of those?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
I was waiting to get there. I was just like, because you being able to pull that, like all of that memory and still have that knowledge and still have the, I guess, the passion for it. Like I still can hear it when you talk about it. It's important to you, and I really wanted to highlight that.
Still to this day, the Mixcloud now. Exactly. A lot of that old stuff is on there, but also the new stuff. For whatever reason, I'd rather listen to a DJ mix that I never heard any of the content than just tracks off Spotify.
I will tell you guys one thing. If you do come into Sneaker Box and you hear like some crazy mix going on, that is Steve curating those mixes on there.
It could be a DJ DeSanti mix that he gave me. I might have an exclusive one, but if it's not DJ DeSanti, it's some other amazing DJ, and a curated mix to keep the vibes alive.
All right, so another thing that I wanted to highlight about you was you're sort of a vintage connoisseur. Like I won't give away how I know, but I've seen the array of things that you've collected over time, and I'm one of these people. They make fun of us for it, but I'm one of these people that like tangible things, like items, and it doesn't have to be clothes, it doesn't have to be accessories or anything. Like it could be a book, it could be like a poster, anything like that. So as a person who likes tangible things, can you go back into like your memory and see, like, where does that come from? Where does your love for like tangible things come from?
Well, I don't know exactly why, but I was just at my mom's house the other day. I was going through flyers and mixtapes and all types of stickers, and for whatever reason, I have you call it collecting, some people might call it hoarding. I have trouble throwing stuff away that I think is dope.
Yes.
And it's not about necessarily thinking I can make money off it in the future. It's just something about having things, certain things that I like, and maybe give it to someone. Like you've been over to my house a couple times, and you left with some goodies, man. You saw the array of the things that I hold on to.
Yeah.
And I do. I thrift. I like to. I can go to my mom's house though, and I can thrift my whole collection of my boxes and boxes. It's excessive,
It is.
So still, I'm not mad about it.
Okay, I don't.
But as I'm getting older now, I'm realizing that can't keep it all. You have to let go of some stuff here.
I got you.
But no, I love to thrift. I love touching old fabrics. I love certain designers or discovering new ones or. That's my favorite. That's my favorite.
I hear you, like, because it's something about like, I could stream this movie, but something about just having that tangible item in my hand and popping in that disc to the DVD player and just being able to do like bonus credits or see something that you wouldn't be able to get to see when it's just thrown at you somewhere. But I own this, like it's personal, it feels like it's mine, and maybe that's something that like plays into the psyche of like me owning something.
Definitely.
But it's interesting because I know that feeling, so I
think that's probably part of the reason why we became good friends. We share a lot of parallel things that we passions in life,
right
sneakers, clothes, dope shit.
Dope
shit.
Yes. Hell yeah. All right. Sneakers and hip hop culture have always go hand in hand. Do you know like a moment that you think solidified sneakers as a true cultural shape? Like what do you think was that like defining moment? Like your life, maybe?
I necessarily
not overall, but maybe in your life.
Life.
Be personal about it.
Got you. I just think for me in the late 80s, early 90s, the athletes and the product, the actual shoes, and the ads behind it, from the posters and every aspect of what Nike was doing was so interesting and dope to me. And my mom couldn't afford the most, like she was, I shouldn't say she couldn't afford, maybe she could, I don't know. She wasn't buying me the $100 plus sneakers. My grandfather once a year would buy me some crazy stuff, which I would always keep. Obviously, I still have them.
Yeah.
Those Jordans that I felt like I was a better athlete because I owned those shoes, and I was always checking for sneakers.
Yeah.
But it was the apparel too, and it was like the athletes that were like, whether they were Bo Jackson or Deion Sanders or Jordan or like the Agassi and McEnroe as tennis players.
Yes,
they all were dope athletes with dope apparel and dope sneakers. So it was it was life to me, you know.
I love that you didn't immediately just go to Jordan. Like it was Nike branded athletes, and that's a true thing. And it's crazy because the old episode with D'Anthony and his dad, we were talking about it, and you could Danny just going from Jordan, and then you get to D'Anthony and how his introduction was LeBron, and I'm just looking, I'm like, I thought everybody's introduction into sneakers was Jordan, but no, there was a whole Nike brand campaign centered around athletes and the things that made them special that could connect to different people. And I thought that was cool. So that I appreciate you saying that and having an appreciation for like the Nike campaigns and the commercials, because they were incredible. And I do see that coming back at some point. Like it is starting to usher in now, but I don't think it is as strong as it was back then.
I think it was pre-internet, you know? So if you, nowadays things come and go so fast. Nike had a great hold because they were strategic and they made the moves and they signed the right people. Maybe it was luck, I'm not sure. But they were doing dope stuff at a time when, you know, you were on the cover of Sports Illustrated with those sneakers on. Right. Like the way you were absorbing it was so much different. Life was so much different. Even before the smartphone, let alone the internet, and now where we're at, everything's streaming, and everything's really quick. Comes and goes.
Kind of makes me think about like the commercial ideas and how everything's so short form now, right? And all of the ideas are so accessible to everybody, so you're not getting like maybe the most dope content because it's like I've seen that 7 times already, right? So how could you display it on the Super Bowl commercial and make it like the most appealing thing when I've already seen this?
I can't imagine how anything's original anymore.
Well, yeah, they always say there's no such thing as an original
idea is original.
Yeah, but we're in the information age, and I always go back to that Dave Chappelle special that I saw. It was he says you can't really care about anything because you know everything. Right, so it's like, yeah, I'll be sad about this. Excuse me, but how long can I be sad about it? Because tomorrow it's going to be a whole nother disaster, and I know about it within real time, and that sucks.
So that's, I mean, I try to unplug from all that too. As far as society goes and what's going on in the world, I try to stay away from TV. I try to stay away from negativity. I try to stay away from anything that's divisional. If you want to argue with me about anything, I'm not here for it. I don't want to talk about your favorite team versus my favorite team or anything. Yeah. Respectfully, if that's how you feel too, I got nothing but love for all people. But man, there's so much negativity in the world, and
let's get into that.
I try to stay away from that.
I love that because you are one of the most positive people that I've ever met. You speak life into me so much. Like you've given me a lot of gems to go forward in life, and I do appreciate that. So I also try to speak life into you as much as possible. Right. And no, seriously, but where does that positive outlook?
Well, that's the thing too. I think I'm good at spinning it. I'm not necessarily good at living it in all cases. I go through a lot of highs and lows, and I don't understand that aspect. I don't understand a lot about a lot of things, but I have trained my mind. Whenever anyone I talk to wants to complain, I always try to offer a solution, or it's going to get better, I promise. Or if there's endless things, I don't want to talk about how bad your life is. I want to talk about how great your life can be. And
oh wow, perspective.
I don't know how that got to be this way necessarily, because I wasn't always this way. But yeah, I've trained my mind, and I live in this bubble of love and light, and I'm so happy to be there. Like no one can really tell me that I'm not living life the way I should, because I feel green on a daily basis, and I think that's really more important than anything.
That's sick. That's really cool. And it's cool like that people still have that perspective, because you kind of, I've almost maybe looked at people from a different perspective, and it's like you look and you see maybe people don't carry around like the brightest light with them, and they mask it by other things, but I know for certain that you really try and live that, because you pour into so many people. Like we were talking about it the other day. I can go on Instagram and it's like, how do you see all of these things? And it's really because you're a community person. Like you actually care about businesses and people. And I love that about you. Right. I really do.
I appreciate that. And it's genuine. I do. I want to see everyone living their best life, being successful, being healthy, not making poor choices, not sacrificing tomorrow for today. Mm-hmm. I think with violence and anger and just unhealthiness, so many people can make bad choices very easily that can have negative ramifications the rest of their life. And I just want to see everybody win. I want to see everybody, and generationally, I want your son to look at you and you're all happy and you're living the best life that you could possibly. And
hell yeah.
That's what life's all about in my mind.
All right. I got what's one sneaker or vintage piece do you think every collector in Easton should know about?
Wow. I can't even say that there's necessarily one thing that I think that everyone should know about. I think it's just concepts. Just respect, love, and health. As far as like tangible items, I can't say that there is no like necessarily one thing. Okay. One thing is to treat others the way that you want to be treated. That's the type of time that I'm on.
Okay. So before SNKR BOX, what are your ties to Easton? Like, do you have any ties to Easton before SNKR BOX?
I mean, no.
Okay. It kind of, that's why I wanted to set this other question up.
I visited here, second base, the market. I had no real ties to Easton, but I am in love with Easton. I think that Easton is everything that I would want from a community. Everyone really uplifts and respects each other. Every day that I'm here, it's beautiful. I love walking around. I love all the people that I know. Everybody seems to be just great people. It's one of the most special places that I've ever encountered. I've known special people, and I've never known an entire community of great people at the same time. Like, this is an amazing place. Be happy to be here. Pour into it. Yes. It's only going to get better. Let's have fun. Let's the next 100 years. Let's make this one of the premier places on the East Coast. Let's get it. Easton.
So, and that's cool about like you and SNKR BOX being here for only 5 years and being that much into the community and like watching the community grow. So like, from your perspective, how have you seen the community grow in the 5 years that you guys have been here?
Honestly, it was great when I got here. It's just more and more people I just meet, some of these small businesses, and the area that it's just a great place. But honestly, it was a great place when I got here. I heard it wasn't always. Mm-hmm. People talk about rampant drug use and it being a place that wasn't necessarily safe, and you didn't feel comfortable to bring your family. But now I look at it as a tourist destination. I see people that look like their lives are great out here having fun with their families and walking around every single day.
Yeah.
And I don't know why it's so special, but it's a really, really special place.
That's cool. So from the early days until now, I guess, and I don't mean so much as maybe like the layout of the store, but how has SNKR BOX changed since like the opening of the store until like now? Like, what are some of the differences? Like, even good, bad, whatever you like?
No, I mean, honestly, there's really been no change. I can't say for the bad. We just keep continuing to grow and learning what people want. Like, I have a background in retail, but I never really ran a store. I didn't really know what people necessarily wanted in all aspects. The brand itself is growing. I think our apparel is amazing. I'm really proud of the things that we're putting out. As far as the store itself, I think the in-store experience is top notch. I think, is there room for improvement? Yes. Will we improve? 100%. And that's part of the fun too. It's not about the destination. I always say, it's the journey. Every day, just sitting down with Anthony and brainstorming and trying to figure stuff out, hearing him come up with a great idea, and just knowing that that's going to be something that we use. And it's exciting. Every single day is fun, challenging, and rewarding. And I love it.
Right.
I love it.
I hear that. See, and that's one of the things, like, I know that coming in here, seeing you and speaking to you about like the things that we both connect on, it feels organic. And that's one of the things, like when we first connected, when I first came in here, it just felt like this was like an organic sneaker store. Like it wasn't like you were trying to sell me straight through the door. Like we actually had a genuine conversation. And that's that's a big thing I think that everybody in Sneaker Box had early on and continue to have and pour into people. Like you don't just leave that.
And that's the thing too. I don't think any of us are. It's not sales first. We're looking to. You come in here. We're going to show you love. We're going to talk to you. We're going to give you advice or whatever you need, regardless. And we have built a great community down here. Just being ourselves. Just showing respect and just trying to not only teach the youth, but teach everyone to be the best version of themselves.
Yeah. You know? So early on, sneaker wise, what were some of your like favorite sneakers, and then how does that reflect on what you wear today?
Well, I mean, I went through all different phases, you know. Early on was like Jordan Retros. I remember I always say Black Cement 3 was my first shoe that I remember seeing on someone's foot, and bells rang. Cement print has always been something that I don't know why, but I just really, really love it.
Yeah.
So, you know, retro Jordans and OG Jordans at that time, when I was a kid, and like trainers.
Oh my God.
Runners,
retro. So why did you just say that for the people that don't know why you just switched?
I'm so used to retro Jordans, but you know, when I fell in love with sneakers, it was the first run. So, like I said, like 89 Jordan 3s, and then, you know, they're the lineage I witnessed. But yeah, I mean,
so that wouldn't be a retro to him for all of you young kids.
Yeah, that's what
that is
OG,
because an OG Jordan.
Old guy. OG.
I'm sorry to cut you, but I really, because people don't like. These are references that some people might not get, so I really want them to
got
you.
Yeah, I mean, that is when I fell in love with sneakers. So when like kind of the golden era was when I was paying attention strong. I remember like Air Max 95s and 95.
You're right.
Like they blew my mind. I wanted them so bad.
It was a wild shoe at the time. Like,
dude, it was so amazing. It was a wild Still to this day.
No, that's what I'm saying. But but think about it back then. Like, that's innovative.
Dude,
back then. Yeah.
There was nothing like it.
Yeah. That started as a running shoe.
Right.
Now you can't even wear
it. Wasn't even comfortable then either, really. Necessarily. You know, so, you know, runners, Air Max 1s, Air Max 90s. Yeah. Getting into dunks, SB dunks, early 2000s, the mid 2000s, going into Nike basketball.
Stay right there for a second. Okay. The dunk era.
Mm-hmm.
Where does that come from? How were you introduced to SB dunks?
Dude, SB dunks, really, I was just like searching around on the internet. I started seeing shoes I never saw before. I didn't understand how to get them. I started researching it. Again, the early days of the internet, there was no, like, you weren't getting fed stuff. You really had to search for stuff. Yeah. So seeing SB dunks and not knowing why I couldn't easily purchase them at first, not realizing like the aspect of them being sold only at mom and pop sneaker stores, not
skate shops.
Skate shops. Sorry, that's what. That's what I meant. Yeah. Those shoes, something about them, still to this day.
Yeah.
SB does. They continue to bring out materials, stories. Just beautiful colorways of shoes that are very appealing to me, and all, you know, and sneaker consumers in general.
Yeah.
You know?
So even back then, people really don't like know this about like the sneaker culture today versus back then. Obtaining those shoes. Yeah, let's go into some of those stories because I know you got some interesting ones. We've spoken about some.
I mean, in the early days, it wasn't about. It was who you knew. You had to know people either in the industry or someone that worked at a shop. Sneakers were not easily attainable.
Yeah.
So part of the reason that I loved having sneakers was having stuff that no one else had. Man, that was fun. You know.
So what's that first sneaker that you camped out for? Steve's a camper. If you guys don't know, like we used we've done these things before. Like these are real like things that we used to have to do is wait outside these sneaker stores for these actual products.
So I had a lot of fun camping here and there. You know, in the dead of winter.
Do you know the first thing you
honestly, I'm trying to think. I don't remember the first thing, but I remember like 08 Blue Lobsters and Questlove Air Force Ones was like 2 overnight.
That's the one I wanted to get to.
Questlove Ubik, 2008.
That's awesome.
I remember I knew about the shoe, but I didn't know about the release. I saw it in the sneaker news. I was sitting with my boy in my apartment. They had done the one the day before, I think at A-Life or wherever in New York. And I was like, they're doing that Ubik. It's tomorrow. We should go down, brother. We should go down.
Yeah.
And we went, like we were sitting and we went down. My friend Chad, me and Chad.
How long did you wait for that one?
We waited. We got there, I would say 8 to 9 the night before. Okay. So I think they released it in the afternoon the next day. So it was an overnight experience. It was in the summer, I believe. It was warmer months.
Okay.
It was fun. It was we partied, we chilled, we smoked, like we got to know people in the line.
That's it.
It was one of the best experiences of my life. At the end of it, the last 5 people in line got free pairs autographed by Quest. I was literally the last person that got in. And he DJ'd a party. I got the shoes for free, and it still is one of the greatest experiences of my life.
That's great. That's so crazy because, and you saying you were the last person to get in, and my boy was actually the first person to get in and got the golden tickets.
Yes.
So and I remember being on Nike Talk and seeing that, like seeing it on the blog posts and all of that stuff. That's so interesting. It's like a full circle.
That is really.
moment.
What are the chances that you would know the first and last person to get a pair?
How crazy is that?
It just goes to show, guys. Josh is. So if we could just turn the tables real quick and talk about Josh. I was a fan of this man before I knew him. I was following him. I'm not sure why or how I was following him on Instagram, but I loved his content. I loved his story. He was very curated. And dude, from the time I've known you, you're just passionate about life. Yeah. You're honest, genuine, and I'm so happy to have you as part of this team, as a friend, and also to watch you where you're going to head. I said your trajectory, which every human being is this way too. Like, don't get it messed up. Everyone has a chance to be great in life.
He will speak it into you, man, and have you believe
but this guy,
he's
a special individual, and he's going to do big things. So he said he's called me the mayor. He is the mayor. And we're both the mayor, maybe the co-mayor, but he is. Everyone knows and loves Josh in Easton. Soon to be worldwide.
Everybody knows Steve around here. I promise you will find out, especially if you come around to Easton. I promise you, he knows everybody. Like, I will literally just open my phone and somewhere on it, you're just somewhere on there. Like, and I don't know how you have time for all of it. Like, how?
Because I don't watch TV. Because I don't do much socializing. I do scroll.
That is a real thing.
I am guilty of that. And the things that I interact with, I love my friends. I love seeing my friends succeed, and I love reposting them, liking, commenting, trying to help the algorithm, and genuinely liking it as well. And if I don't like it, I'm still going to show love, because just because I don't like it doesn't mean it's not amazing too. So
I hear that. All right, so let's kind of go back to the sneakers and like the camping out and all like that kind of culture, because I do want to highlight some of the shoes you got, and I just want to know how you acquired these things, like how you even knew about them, because some of the sneakers that you have, like, I wasn't privy to, like, when they actually came out. Like, I wasn't like super big on them. It might be the age difference and like the things that I was interested in high school. Like, I was really like tapped into sports, and like that was like my culture, like right then. Like, I was still, of course, listening to hip hop. Like, I still liked to dress, but I was more sports based. Like, I thought I was going to the MLB. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, the Dooms, like, what was that an original release? Like, did you get those?
No.
Okay, so
I mean, a way I acquired a lot of my really interesting and unique shoes, Facebook. I was on a few Facebook groups that were very selective, that were hard to get into. Okay. You had to know someone, and I would get into these groups and I would buy these used shoes. I bought those Doom shoes for like $160, bro. It was like steals of all legit people, and you would find someone that was your size, and you become friendly with them. And dude, I bought so many shoes off of Facebook with not one issue. Wow. At that time.
Wow.
You know, I probably wouldn't even jump in. I probably wouldn't do that today. Yeah. Actually, I'm in a group where I still would, but at that time, dude, I was really getting a lot of deals.
What year? Like around what years was it?
Probably like 10 to 15.
So this was like early
in that era.
Early Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we're also working in Villa, and the way that like I would, when I could, I would show love and I would send stuff out, right. And never tax.
Gotcha.
When I was working at Villa, I did look out for people. I did not ask anything on top. I just did it to show love to people that showed love to me.
And why?
Why not?
I feel that
because I was able to, and I'm not. Not everything is transactional, right? I just it's looking.
It's my biggest base,
right?
Yeah, you know it.
Look out for people just because you want to, bro. Just because you can.
Yeah.
Show love.
Hell yeah. So, you were acquiring these shoes, not even thinking about like reselling purposes. Like these were just like personal things for you.
Going back to my my collecting, I amassed hundreds of pairs,
right?
And I was not selling them, and I just wanted them. I was buying a pair a week when I was working at Villa for the most part.
Wow.
And at that time, I was really passionate about trying new models. So I was like,
okay,
I wanted to have one of everything just to see what it felt like to wear.
So then you at some point you're looking around like what you actually acquired, like all the things you've acquired. Like at any point was you like, all right, this is getting excessive. Like I don't know where this is going, or it's just.
I was just piling them up in the attic, and I just kept going.
I feel that.
I never felt it. Just was again. It's like it was almost an addiction, in some ways, not necessarily a positive thing. Okay. I was spending way too much money that I didn't necessarily have, or I shouldn't have been spending on being fresh.
Yeah.
Just because I felt like I wanted it, I needed it, but ultimately, I definitely didn't. I needed some therapy, probably.
So feeding that addiction, because you still feed that addiction today in ways that are different. So how, like the style, it's changed.
Yes.
So in what ways has that changed? And like, what is feeding that addiction now? Like, right. what are some of the things you're buying? Like, how does that change?
I mean, for me at this point in my life, it's about wearing it all day and not having any aches and pains in my feet, legs, or anywhere in my body. So if I'm feeling good, that's a shoe that I want. New Balance really fits that criteria for me. Asics. I'm interested in Hoka. On Cloud, I don't have any On Clouds. I have a few Hoka. I'm comfort, but also I want to look fresh as
well.
Still want to
look good.
I don't want people to look at me and say. But ultimately, it doesn't matter.
It does. See,
not as much as it used to.
But you got to keep it like it's the appearance.
Oh,
like
well, I mean, especially being here,
right?
So say if I was elsewhere, I had considered at points stopping buying shoes.
Yeah.
But being here definitely keeps me in it. As far as trying to put fits on every day.
Yeah.
Come in here, I don't ever want to look whack.
I feel.
I always want to look okay and presentable. For all my people. I love y'all.
Shout out League. He just came in the store. He was DJing over at second base.
I've bought. He's a size 11 as well as me, and I've bought some of his shoes before. He's the man. Big up League.
Man. All right, so, all right. Maybe let's go to I got a really good question on here. Okay. And I don't. No, I do want to ask you this. If you had to make the perfect playlist that represents Sneaker Box, can you give me 3 songs that are going on it? And it's like you can make them personal to you. Like say you're in the store. Can you give me 3 songs that like maybe would represent Sneaker Box, or like that you would want to hear? Like, oh man, people would hear.
There's quite a few. There's songs that were old. That D'Anthony really loved. I thought that was really dope. Sade, Neptune's remix. I can't be by your side.
I love Shut It. It's like
that track though. It's just like it vibes so well in here.
Okay. See, and these aren't like just regular records. Like they're mixes. Like these are parts of a mix. What did you say?
That's actually. I mean, it
was a Shot It. Say it again.
Neptune's
the Neptune's
remix. So it's an official remix that was dropped. But there's something to that, man. It just sounds so good. I like up tempo, like more dancey stuff. Typically, it varies, like depending on my mood. Sometimes I'll play more chill and laid back stuff.
Okay.
But I feel like that kind of plays into both because her voice is very laid back and beautiful. Okay. You know.
So that's one.
I mean, a song we played leading up into this, I would say FS Green, Jesse. That song. FS Green is the producer. Oh man, I can't even think of the artist. That's so crazy. I apologize.
No, you're good.
But Jesse. Something about that song that became an anthem that I re-listened to 1,000 times in here. Wow. So whenever I was like kind of feeling down or just wanted to get the party a little, throw that on, get it popping.
Sick.
Oh man. So one more. Toto Georgie Porgy. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Why that one?
So that song, it just hits. I didn't expect Anthony to like it. I think the first time we heard it was on a mix, you know.
I can only imagine how much stuff you put him on to.
I mean, this thing his dad did too, you know. So he was very. Right. I think that he wasn't as open to it when we first opened this. He was on the aux a lot more, and he was playing.
It's it's that thing. You're not gonna
listen
to your dad.
Yeah. But ultimately, once they started to let me get on the aux on the regular, he kind of he let it rock, you know. And he. I want to make a best of SNKR BOX playlist mix. DJ Desanti, we got to make that happen.
I told y'all what to do. I'm still no. You did give me a playlist.
Oh yeah,
you did give me a playlist.
Well, I'm talking about like an actual mix, like uploaded to Mixcloud, like the one track
format.
You know,
okay,
like mix. But yeah, no. Also the curated. I made you a couple.
Yeah, and that's something that I do want. I want to open that up for our customers. Like, I want you guys to be able to download like maybe a playlist that we play in here, and just because like Steve's background in music is so extensive, and so is Danny's. Like, it's just you guys have like an eclectic taste, and people don't really know that side about you guys. And I really I need to showcase that, man.
We could live stream it. We could live stream it. You can mix it here. You can do it once a month. We can do it monthly. We can. There's a million ways we can incorporate your DJing, because he is truly one of my favorite DJs. He if I didn't even know him, the way he mixes, the way he blends, the way he does ill stuff, but he doesn't do it enough. So. More, please, Daniel.
That is big coming from you too, because like you really listen to mixes. Like you don't, and I'm not gonna say you don't listen to albums, but you don't necessarily listen to albums.
Especially like, this, I never really did. I think before it was more like B-sides of records was always really important to me.
Wow.
When my boys, that was a DJ, like I would take tapes to his house and he would put some stuff on it for me. And then when Napster came, that's when Illement was born. That's my screen name on Instagram, and
that's his IG. Follow him on IG. Illement.
I started downloading, and I was one of the obscure tracks. I started putting out, giving people CDs when I was working at Villa. People still will hit me up and say I still have the CD. I still rock it to this day. CDs that I would so I don't know. DJing and music and having stuff that no one else had was really important to me.
Yeah,
as, putting people onto stuff.
So going into that. The hip hop, like your deep knowledge of hip hop, like I really don't think people understand that part of you, and I kind of want to go into that. Like, where does your love for hip hop come from? Let's start there.
Same way I can say with reggae, bro. Hip hop. I heard it on the radio, and I fell in love with it.
Do you know?
I remember one of the first records I heard was Herbie Hancock Rocket, I believe it's called.
Wow.
Also Walk This Way, Run DMC with Aerosmith. I think that, you know. But throughout, I mean, I'd like to say I am a hip hop trivia champion. That's what But you know, I was going to hip hop shows. I was seeing the Roots live in Philly, and hip hop culture in the '90s was, you know, it was everything, man. All the amazing classics that dropped throughout the '90s. You know, Wu-Tang and Nas and Biggie and Jay-Z and endless. The underground stuff, Raucous Records, Mos Def, and the mixtapes. You know, all of it. Turntablism. 555 Soul was involved. You know, Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, Native Tongues. It was hand in hand with fashion, sneakers, hip hop. For me, it was all this in the same vein. You know,
it's like a subculture.
Yeah,
kinda, and that and for it to not even be the popular genre at the time, and for you to gravitate towards that's interesting.
Right. I don't understand exactly. You know, I also liked other music too. Right. You know, I was listening to all different types of music. But yeah, hip hop, man, I mean, I missed like the very beginning, like the KRS One. Oh, like the late 80s. Yeah. Cool G Rap and Big Daddy Kane. And I mean, I heard some of it, but at the time, as it was happening, I wasn't but yeah, De La Soul, dude, I don't know why. I loved it as much as I did. Yeah. And breakdancing and just hip hop in general. Everything about it, graffiti.
So your name, that probably, so your name, like the Illement, that it has, even looks like it should be in graffiti on a wall, like just how it's.
So the actual name of it, a Roots song, he says, I represent foreign objects and ill elements. So that was, I believe it's Distortion of Static, the track. And yeah, ill element. It does. I said I used to say I was the fifth element of hip hop.
Wow.
I say that like the cultured white man is like, which was like, I guess I don't even know if I could. That gets to a different level. I don't want to talk about things that might offend anyone. As far as,
but I don't even think it's offensive because now that they can see you actually
right. Well, I used to say that when I was younger, you know. So like, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that now. I'm not sure what I'm allowed to say. And
I will say you're allowed to say it because
thank you.
Just because like you have a hip hop background, you're not just somebody that's like, oh, I like this and I'm not like a part of the culture, or I'm not trying to be a part of the culture. It's like you actually were at these shows. Like you actually spent money on like the apparel, the products, the brands. Like, you know, a lot, even a lot more things than I do, and it's maybe like because of your age, like you grew, like you were conscious when hip hop was like becoming super popular, and maybe that's where that knowledge and that appreciation and the love comes from. Because
definitely,
maybe when I came up, like it was more internet based, and we still had a lot to learn, and there was so much being thrown at us that like I had everything in my face rather than you having to go search for it.
Right.
Like it was just there for me.
The 90s, man. Payphones, pagers, 40s, Philly blunts. It was a different era. It was slower, and there was not as much things going on, and you had to put some groundwork in. If you had a question, you would have to go to the library and look something up in an encyclopedia if you wanted to get the answer to that. It might take you days or weeks to satisfy your thirst for your quest for knowledge. It was a different world, man, and I love that. I love being able to cassette tapes and just everything about the 90s, and when sneakers were born in my mind, and hip hop and all that. It was all predating the internet and predating cell phones, and it was a completely different world. Clubbing, interactions, love, everything was different, and it's been a really interesting ride that my life has taken to watch that all evolve over these pretty fast, honestly. Yeah.
Still changing ever so fast.
Yes, sir. Watch yourself. Watch out for AI. It's coming for you.
Let's go for our jobs.
We're gonna get you.
So, looking back, what has been your proudest moment since joining SNKR BOX?
Oh man, I can't even think of necessarily one single moment, but just every single day in here, having these interactions with different people. I can't ask for more, man. This life that I've been bestowed upon, or has been bestowed upon me, I should say, is really a dream come true. You know, yeah, and just meeting people like you and watching you grow into a person. And D'Anthony, man, yeah, D'Anthony and his dad, and just the evolution of them and our friendship and family, and man, it's just like I'm really part of something that I like better than my wildest dreams. Yeah. And
what's one message you'd give to the people who support SNKR BOX and the Easton community?
First of all, thank you. Thank you for all your support. We love you and continue to show love to not only us, but this entire community. If you need anything, let us know. We're here for you as well. And let's continue to build. The future is unlimited for all of us, like I said. So let's make it the best it can be.
Last minute shout outs.
Oh man. Every single person on earth. I love every one of you. I wish you all.
He means that so much.
Health,
you have no idea.
Happiness. I wish you clarity. I wish you anything that you're looking for. I wish you not to hurt others. I wish you not to litter. I wish you to try your best, and you can succeed. Life is way easier than you make it out to be sometimes. Tomorrow's another day. Stay positive, stay focused, stay fresh. Much love. Josh, the whole crew, the Santiagos, God bless y'all. Thank you.
This is your Unlaced Podcast, episode 2. I'm your host, Joshua. I'm here with Steve. Just had a great episode, a great talk. We'll be back for another one. You guys like, comment, subscribe, share this with everybody you guys know. Much love.